Hi guys, welcome to Nora Christine Live. I'm your girl Nora Christine, and we are live breaking down all the details regarding the Cardi B trial. This has been a very interesting week to say the least. Okay, um, Cardi B is in a ongoing civil suit regarding an incident that happened from her first pregnancy. Okay, Cardi B is facing a $24 million civil suit to be exact. Okay, and we got some clips we're going to do some reactions to tonight, and we'll also be breaking down the shocking details regarding the yogurt murders. It's a documentary that's on HBO right now, and I have some exclusive details, not a part of the HBO documentary that we'll be breaking down. So let's get into it first by talking about Cardi B. She's facing a $24 million civil suit in Los Angeles, or in Beverly Hills, I should say, filed in 2020 by a security guard, Imani Ellis. The claim stems from an alleged confrontation outside a Beverly Hills OBGYN office in February 2018 when Cardi was approximately 4 months pregnant. Security guard Ellis claims that Cardi insulted her, spat on her, scratched her face with his long fingernails, and used racial slurs. Ellis says the injuries required plastic surgery. Okay. So Cardi B took the stand this week and it went viral. People cheered her on and they were like, oh, she's so funny. She's so great. And I'm just like, no, she's trash. I absolutely believe this woman. However, I believe that the woman was also unprofessional. Let me be fair. I'll say this. The woman was also being unprofessional. Okay. Let me start by saying that I think as a security guard at the time, she should have had more professional decorum and she shouldn't have been acting like a stan going crazy for Cardi B. Let me be clear and start with that. Okay. So I'll be clear. But I think Cardi was inappropriate. Let me start by saying that. I think Cardi, first of all, Cardi, why were you walking around without a security guard? I don't know if you guys remember, but at the time, Cardi B she was pretty famous. She definitely should not have been alone. You know what I mean? I definitely think that she should have had security with her. Okay. I don't understand why she did it when I'm going to play the clips about what Cardi said, why she didn't, but it just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to play this first clip of the woman taking the stand that alleged Cardi assaulted her. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. Shout out to everybody watching on X, YouTube, and now my Twitch. If you're watching me on Twitch for the first time, please subscribe. I appreciate all your support. Here we go.
When you were at the building and Cardi B exited the elevator on February 24th, 2018, what were the words that she used that were so hurtful?
She used a lot of words. And again, excuse my language, but she was like, bitch, that's why I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to get you fired. That's why you do security. Ah, that's why you do security. Ah, she was sticking her tongue out. She was flailing her arms up and down. She was jumping up and down. Body shaming me. I mean, racial slurs, just a lot.
And did she spit on you?
She did.
Did her spit actually land on your body?
It did.
Why did you exit the elevator to speak with her after she said what she said?
I wanted to clarify the misunderstanding.
Yeah, she was worried about losing her job. If this woman is living check to check, she doing this little security guard job, she wants to make sure that Cardi doesn't tell on her. Because allegedly what Cardi's alleging is that the woman walked up filming her and she was embarrassed because she was pregnant. Cardi B's testimony and defense. So Cardi testified multiple times that she did not touch, scratch, or spit on Ellis, the woman you just saw. She described the incident as a heated verbal exchange and denies it being physical altercation. Okay. I'm going to play the clips from Cardi B. And guys, something else that was interesting regarding this, is the fact that Cardi B says she's not, when she was asked about her race, we're going to get to that. I'm going to play the clip of her walking up. Also, guys, Guys, everybody watching, does Cardi look pregnant here? I'm pretty sure she's pregnant now with I don't know who's the father is. I'm assuming it's not Offset because she's going through a divorce. I guess it's that football player, but let me play the clip of her walking and you guys tell me what you think. Here we go. I think Cardi thinks that this is a joke. I don't think she understands that she's on the stand. I think she does hear this music playing in her head. Absolutely. I don't think I think that it is absolutely fair that Cardi B hears this music playing in her head. I think she absolutely does not understand the severity of it. I think it's very interesting the way she's acting during it. I think it's a joke to her. This is her getting out the car, going for day 2. I just want to keep showing you clips of her walking because I do think she's pregnant, and I'm almost positive she is. But I want to get y'all's thoughts when you rewatch this.
¿Cómo te sientes el día de hoy?
Jesus Christ. Oh God, guys, this is why I say don't do the BBLs. She looks crazy to me, but nevertheless, she, this is her testifying. This is a long testimony. Guys, for everyone watching, please hit the like button. We are breaking down the Cardi B testimony now. We are breaking down the Cardi B trial. This is her testifying on day 2. Mind you, every day she had a different look and different wigs, and she was asked about that.
You used the F word during that fight, didn't you?
Yes.
What other words did you use? Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?
Tell it to her now. Go ahead.
Huh?
Say it again. Say it.
Objection, Your Honor.
You want me to say it to
I
her
want
face?
you to tell it to her face what you said on that day so she can hear it for
The
herself again.
objection is sustained.
And Your Honor, can we have civility in the
Yeah.
courthouse?
Why don't we just take the temperature down a little bit? If you have factual questions to ask her, please do so. It's not the time to argue with her.
What were the words that you used when you got off the elevator to this security guard who's no longer security guard at this time?
Objection to argumentative and also covered yesterday.
It's been covered several times, so it's asked and answered. It's the objection sustained.
What did you tell Imani Ellis yesterday?
Counsel, you need to move on.
What were you holding in your hand at the time when you got off the elevator?
Objection. Well, excuse me, argument.
Overruled.
Nothing, correct? You weren't holding anything, were you?
No.
You had both of your hands free to do whatever you wanted to do, correct? Yes or no?
Objection, relevance.
Overruled.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And if you wanted to scratch or cut her face with your right hand or your left hand, if you wanted to do it, you could have done it, correct?
But
You're
I
not
didn't.
disabled.
But I
right?
didn't because I had a baby inside me.
How did she know?
Time out. Let's slow down the pace just a little bit before the opportunity to give objections and for the court reporter. What was the objection?
Argumentative, relevance.
Overruled.
And again, I would ask that counsel lower his voice. This isn't.
So, Your Honor, I was told yesterday that my voice was too low by others, so that's why it's a little bit higher today, so that everybody can hear what I could say, as well as the witness.
I think there's a difference between volume and tone. I think the volume is fine, the tone is a little bit argumentative.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I apologize for that. I will try to do my best to tone it down.
Cardi
again,
like
I will
mad.
ask you to tell us and admit to this fact that you are not disabled, correct?
I'm not what?
Are you disabled?
At that moment, no.
Objection,
No.
Your
Are
Honor.
you disabled?
Overruled.
Are you disabled? Yes or no?
At that moment, when you're pregnant, I'm very disabled. You want me to tell you the
Okay.
things I can't do?
Fine. What was your disability on February 24th of 2018? What was your disability?
I was pregnant. I couldn't protect myself, even if I wanted to. She's like twice my size.
No problem, no problem. Let me ask you this. How many
Counsel, if you
months
ask a
pregnant
question,
were
you
you?
need to wait for the answer.
Okay.
You done, man?
How many months pregnant were you?
I was around 13 to 12 weeks.
Months, 4 months, 3 months,
Mhm.
3 to 4 months. Fair enough? Did you have a bulging belly?
No, I didn't.
Did Miss Imani Ellis know that you were pregnant?
Objection, cultural speculation.
Do you know if Imani Ellis knew that you were pregnant when you walked out of that elevator?
No, I didn't know. But she knows that I'm a patient. When you're a patient to go see a medical anything, you shouldn't even try to fight nobody. You don't know what disability they have.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question. When you say you were disabled, were you disabled in your upper extremity, your arms? Were your arms disabled? The reason I'm asking is I want to make it very clear for everybody that your arms can go up and down, and they could go up and down now, and they could go up and down on that day as well. You agree to this?
Objection, argumentative, asked and answered in a different way. And I guess that's fine.
I'll let, you can answer this once. Please don't ask it again.
If my arms were disabled, no, my arms weren't disabled.
Can you raise your arms up?
Objection, Your Honor.
Can you? You don't have to do it physically. I'm saying, are you able to do it?
Yes.
And on that day, you were able to do it as well, correct?
If I wanted to, yes.
That's all I'm asking.
So the attitude was definitely there with Cardi. She's clearly getting flustered and frustrated. It gets even worse as time goes on with the testimony. Pretty much her testimony is that she did not touch her. She says that she couldn't get a scratch from me because I didn't touch her. She kept emphasizing I had a baby inside of me. According to Cardi, Ellis followed her, possibly recording her, and they ended up chest to chest as tensions rose. Then it remained verbal. She admitted to cursing at Ellis, saying, "Bitch, F out my face," which I'm going to play that clip next. But what was interesting to me is that Cardi B, everybody knows, anyone that's a fan or anybody that knows her knows that she usually has these super long fingernails. Today, when she was testifying, she made sure she had press-on nails that were even shorter than mine. I don't have long nails. These are tips, but they're not long like Cardi's. I don't know how these women do it. God bless them, because I can't operate with long nails. But nevertheless, this is another clip of her taking the stand. The first day she was like joking. The second day she started having more of an attitude because I think he started putting the pressure on her. Let me play the clip of the first day of her taking the stand.
Do you prefer I call you Miss Almanzar, Cardi B, or it doesn't matter?
I mean, you can call me Cardi B.
Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today it's blonde and long. Which one is your real hair?
They're wigs.
Do you know what's discovery?
Yes.
What are form interrogatories?
I don't know what that means.
What is special interrogatory?
I do not know.
What are requests for admissions? You don't know, right? Is that fair? You don't know.
No.
And I'm talking to you now. Are we having a verbal altercation?
We haven't, we'll see, a debate.
Do you prefer I call you Miss Almanzar, Cardi B?
So here she is. She's definitely playing to the audience. It's apparent that the audience loves her. She's Cardi B. Everyone loves her. What was another interesting thing to me was when Cardi B was asked about her race. And this is important because the woman alleges that she called her racial things. So I'm going to play the clip. Cardi B, I guess, doesn't consider herself Black. It's interesting what she considers herself, and we're going to play some clips about that because this is very important. Here's the clip. Let's go.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No.
Did you call her the N-word?
No.
What is your background? Are you Hispanic, white, something else?
My background? Well,
What's the objection? Sustained.
Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
Now, we need to give your attorney a second to object.
Oh, so
Sustained.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely.
So she said she considers herself Afro-Caribbean. Guys, remember that. The reason why this is important is the fact that she considers herself Afro-Caribbean. Remember that. That's important to note, because this woman claims that she knew her and that she's not Afro-Caribbean. And we'll break that down in a second.
And culture. Let's jump right into it. Why is this girl in the comments the only one with a fucking brain? This girl right here in the comment, and she's American. Caught right onto it. I've been saying that. Why do y'all believe her mother is Trinidadian if she don't speak no fucking English? On top of that, Trinidad is big on English. They have their own accent and everything, but their only language is English. So her mother's going to be Trinidadian, come from Trinidad, and all of a sudden have a Spanish accent, a Dominican accent at that, and speak no fucking English. Now let's read, if y'all can read. Belle Calise was born in the Dominican Republic. She has been working here, which I believe is in Trinidad. She was in Trinidad for 8 years. That don't make you no fucking Trinidadian. I lived in Kingston, Jamaica for 2 years. That does not make me Jamaican. I'm going to give y'all a little scoop on why I feel like Cardi B started lying about being half Trini. Because like I said in my other video, I knew her way before the fame. When I met her, she was 100% Dominican. When I met her, she asked me what I was. I told her, I said, are you Dominican? She said, yeah. I said 100%. She said, yeah. Years later, all of a sudden, she starts hanging out with a girl named Hood Celebrity who is who is Jamaican. I believe Cardi started to feel like being Jamaican was cool, was the shit. So she wanted to be Jamaican, but unfortunately, she cannot lie about being Jamaican because it'll be too obvious that she is lying. So what is the next step over? Being Trinidadian. When she first started lying about being half Trinidadian, I was still around her sister. Her sister knew that I knew it was a lie. But I asked her sister anyway, like, I thought y'all was fully Dominican. Well, y'all half Trinidadian? Her sister said no and put her head down and started laughing because she knows that I know it's a lie. The other thing that y'all are stupid enough to believe is that her and Glorilla is cousins. Everybody's Glorilla's cousin. She's called everybody her cousin. They're not her cousin. That is I notice a lot of Italians and American Black people always got fake family members. That's anyway, back to how dumb y'all are. How the F would Cardi and Glorilla be related? When, let's just say if Cardi was Trinidadian and Dominican, let's just say she was, even though she's not. How the fuck is her and Glorilla related when Glorilla is neither or, not Dominican or Trinidadian? How stupid are y'all? There's a lot of other shit that she lied to y'all about, but every time I correct y'all, want to call me a hater and this is that. She's not no fucking half Trinidadian. Oh yeah, and by the way, back to why I need to educate yourselves on ethnicity and everything. All Trinidadians are not Black. 70% Trinidadians are Indian. The rest are white and Black. Indian, white, or Black. You could be a white Trinidadian like Popcorn's ex, who was a white Trinidadian. You could be an Indian Trinidadian, or you could be a Black Trinidadian. So I had it up to here, which I'm not even mad at the fact that she's lying. I'm mad at the fact that they're obvious lies and y'all fight to fucking believe it. Oh, and before I go, I'm very, very educated on ethnicities, cultures, and all that. I've been to Trinidad.
So yeah, guys, pretty much this is important. I'm gonna tell y'all why this is important. This is important because she's using the N-word all willy-nilly. Okay. She, if this woman claims that she called her the N-word, I think it's a nasty word. Nobody should use it. Let's just put that out there. But she definitely shouldn't use it. And the fact that she said she's Afro-Caribbean, homegirl, you should be saying you're Afro-Latina. That is what's more accurate to call Cardi B. She's not Afro-Caribbean. She's Afro-Latina because she's Dominican. And let's clarify, that's not the same as being Jamaican. It's not the same as being Trinidadian. She is Dominican. She is Afro-Latina. Okay. And I think it's funny that she decided to use that term Afro-Caribbean because she knew she couldn't say African-American because the FBA's ain't having it. They're going to put her in her place. So the fact that she conveniently went and used that term to me is funny, but this is the gaslighting of Cardi B. She's always lying. And this is why I honestly do believe she scratched that lady in her face. There's no doubt, but I think that lady was being unprofessional. Let me play the clip of the receptionist testimony. Here's what she had to say, which honestly, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to let you guys watch, but I think homegirl was paid off. Here we go.
There was definitely curse words, yes, on her end.
When you were there, did Miss Ellis attempt to strike Cardi B?
There was hands going while I was in the middle. I know no one landed, or I was you know, I didn't even realize, I guess, because my adrenaline, that I had a mark on my forehead. So, besides me getting a scratch, nobody, as far as them to
Yeah.
hit each other.
Who scratched you?
Based off of, like I said, I didn't know that I even got scratched until I went into the office, and the nurse was like, "Tiara, your forehead." But I can only assume Cardi B was behind me because that was my main concern.
Objection calls for speculation.
So Cardi B was behind you, and you were facing who?
I was facing Miss Ellis.
And you got hit on your forehead and didn't even realize it at that point.
She had blood.
Just let him finish the question.
Oh, sorry.
And so you got hit, you were facing Miss Ellis, and she was swinging away?
I can say there was definitely, you know, people talk and like this type of action going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were hit on your forehead,
Yeah, like,
which was facing Miss Ellis, correct?
yes.
What happened next?
After, you know, just going back and forth, Dr. Finke came out. Once he came out, I believe after that, I don't even really remember what was.
When you were face to face with Miss Ellis, I take it you could see her face?
Yes.
Did you see any scratches on her face?
No.
Did you see any cuts on her face?
No.
Did you see any blood on her face?
No.
Did you see any injury at all on her face?
No.
Did you see any spit or spittle on her face?
No.
Did anyone spit in that encounter?
Objection calls for speculation.
While you were there, man.
While I was there, no.
Did you hear Miss Ellis yell at Cardi B, and excuse my language, "I will fuck your shit up"?
Something, you know, yeah, something along those words.
How
At any
convenient. She
point
hears
in
her
time
say it,
in
but
that
not Cardi.
confrontation, did Cardi B hit Miss Ellis?
No.
At any point in that confrontation, did Cardi B cut Miss Ellis with Cardi's fingernails
Objection calls for speculation.
while you were there?
Over.
No.
Did you hear Cardi B use the N-word, excuse me, I apologize. Yeah, no, did you hear Cardi B use the N-word? You know what I mean by the N-word?
Yeah. No.
After this encounter and Cardi B had gotten into the doctor's office.
Oh my goodness. So as you guys can see, she doesn't see Cardi doing anything wrong. I mean, it's all Amani Ellis. It's all her fault. I mean, I don't know. I just honestly think that this girl was paid off. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why I do. I just think that she was paid off. I think that it's very biased, this receptionist. This is now the doctor took the stand on Friday, guys. This is the doctor that she was going to see because he witnessed the altercation. Let me share the screen. Guys, if you're watching, do me a favor. Just hit the like button. Just tap that heart. Hit the like. Let's go.
And
Yes.
did you see on her face any scratches?
No.
Did you see on her face any cuts?
None.
Did you see on her face any blood?
No.
Did you see any injury at all on her face that day?
None.
And did you see spit or spittle or any other fluid on her, anywhere on her?
No.
During the course of this, did you hear Ms. Ellis say something to the effect, and I apologize, "I will fuck your shit up"?
Yes.
At any time, did you see Cardi B spit on plaintiff?
No.
Did you see her spit on anyone?
No.
Did you see Cardi B take a swing at plaintiff?
No.
Did you see Cardi B hit plaintiff?
No.
Did you see Cardi B scratch or cut plaintiff with her fingernails?
No.
Did you see Cardi B threaten to get plaintiff fired?
No.
Did you hear Cardi B call plaintiff the N-word? And by that, I mean the whole N-I-G-G-E-R.
No.
Did you hear Cardi B call plaintiff fat or poor?
No.
At her deposition, plaintiff testified that she was, quote, just focused on getting downstairs, close quote. Is that consistent with what you saw?
No.
Okay. And why is it not consistent with what you saw?
It took me, I would have guessed 30 to 45 seconds to get her to get back on the elevator.
After you got plaintiff in the elevator, what did you do next?
Went back into my office.
To your knowledge, did Cardi B complain to the building about?
So yeah, as you can see here, the doctors on her side. I mean, goddamn. I mean, this case is not looking good for homegirl. It seems like she was the aggressor. I don't think she's gonna win the $24 million. She might get a few grand. I don't know that. It seems like to be a he said, she said, and the cards are stacked against her. The doctor testify, Dr. Fink, he's a gynecologist who saw the aftermath, testify at a defense witness. So in close, plaintiff's attorney Bob Rosen basically accused him of shilling for attorneys. Let's hear this accusation that he made. Obviously, I don't think it landed well. And again, I don't think it's going to go pretty well. Here we go.
It's important to you to help Cardi B in this case so you can continue to receive celebrity clients, correct?
It's very important for me to tell what happened that day and to ensure that anybody coming to my office, celebrity or not, doesn't have that type of experience.
And so they were trying to say, oh, look, bro, you capping because she's a celebrity. That's all you care about. He was like, I don't care about that. Here she is where they're asking her about the size and the weight. This was another clip that went viral. I mean, again, it's not looking too good for Miss Ellis. She's the one that's suing Cardi B. Here we go.
Walking forward.
Right. And she's, you said she's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
I'm looking. I don't agree with that. What is your basis? Are you saying she's physically bigger? She's taller?
I mean, you have her medical records,
I don't
right?
have anything. I'm asking you the question.
I mean, I was 130 pounds at that time.
So she's overweight, right? In your opinion.
Objection, Raul.
She's a little.
You don't need to answer that.
Okay. Did you make fun of her that she was overweight when you were there in the hallway?
I don't think so.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a bitch.
Bitch?
Yes. Walking forward.
Right.
At least Cardi is honest. She was like, I called her a bitch. And there was one part where he was being very aggressive with her, and basically trying to push her to say more. Here's a psychiatrist testifying. It's not looking good for this lady. Here's a psychiatrist now testifying that this lady doesn't have PTSD because I guess that's part of her claim. And here we go. This is what he had to say.
There is no significant evidence that Ms. Ellis sustained an emotional injury at any point in time in this case, from the time of the incident to present. So in this case, if I accepted Ms. Ellis's reports at face value, particularly with the psych testing, she would have profound off the charts PTSD, profound disabling depression, anxiety, profound disabling physical health conditions. Whereas when I compare that to her real life function, she's had intact relationships with her, loving relationships with her family, which would not be reasonable in context, particularly of profound PTSD. That she's, in a few months after the altercation and continuing to the present, she's had a job that not only has been higher paying for her, but has been more demanding, requires top, excellent interpersonal skills, how to deal with people, trouble. There is no significant.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not looking too good for her. The man that's testifying is saying, "Hey, that doesn't match up to her having PTSD. She's traveling, she has a new job. It's not adding up. It's not making sense." Um, Again, I don't think it's looking too good for her. I don't think that this is a strong case. Um, Closing arguments are expected to start after Labor Day on Tuesday, and it will be streaming live. I might do a part two, dependent on what happens to the outcome of it. But this was very interesting, guys. More to come. This is a $24 million civil suit we're watching the clips from. And we're going to switch gears here. And we're going to talk about the yogurt murders. So HBO, I watched some of it. It's a little hard to watch. It wasn't my favorite docuseries, let me say that. It was a little boring. It was a little dry. It's not my favorite. So that's why I want to do my own recap of it. So this is what we know, guys. If you're watching, please hit the like button. We are going to now switch gears here and recap the yogurt murders. On December 6, 1991, at an I Can't Believe It's Yogurt shop in Austin, Texas, 4 teenage girls, Amy Ayers, 13 years old, Jennifer, 17, and Jennifer and Sarah, their sisters, Harbison, 15, and Eliza Thomas, 17, were found tied up, gagged, shot execution style, and partially burned. Amy, which was the youngest, was found in a separate area, less charred, but similarly shot. The scene was severely compromised by fire and water, which destroyed most of the forensic evidence. DNA collected revealed an unknown male DNA matching to an unknown suspect. Investigators initially focused on teen boys Maurice Pierce, Robert Springsteen, Michael Scott, and Forrest Wellborn. Pierce was found with a .22 caliber gun days later and implicated his friends. Springsteen and Scott confessed under questionable circumstances, which they were minors at the time, and they were convicted, but their convictions were later overturned due to constitutional violations in the trial and lack of physical evidence. By 2009, their charges were dismissed due to DNA evidence finding that they weren't there. The case remains unsolved. Advances in DNA testing and comparisons with FBI databases have offered potential leads, but have not identified a suspect. Okay. So this just premiered on August 3rd. And pretty much, guys, we're going to break down some of the conspiracies tonight because it is a very interesting case. Very, very interesting. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. We are going to switch gears here and talk about these yogurt murders, play some clips. It was a little, like I said, the docuseries was a little hard to follow. So that's why I wanted to liven it up and do my own thing, kind of. So here we go. These are the girls. Rest in peace. That's Amy, Eliza, Jennifer, and Sarah. Okay.
This is a case that I'm not very familiar with going into it, but I became really attached to it for some reason the more I got into it. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I've done hundreds of cases where kids were involved and stuff, and these were teenagers, but maybe it's because it seemed like there was a lot there criminal profile wise and crime scene assessment wise that I felt very confident about.
This dude's kind of boring, but nevertheless, here we go. This is a good.
Every year that goes by, I get farther and farther away from my sister. You know?
She was featured in the documentary, guys.
I worry about losing memories. There's so many moments, you know, when your heart is open, you know, you're joyful, but there's also this loss that's always accompanying your life. There is a kind of torture that continues by the fact that it's unsolved and it's ongoing.
Oh, so that's really sad. Her sister, she just described how depressed her parents were. I can only imagine. So, guys, let's talk about some conspiracy theories here. So, pretty much the first conspiracy theory is that this was a money laundering and insurance fraud cover up. A disbarred attorney, Eric C. Mobis, advanced an elaborate theory alleging that the murders were orchestrated as part of a money laundering or insurance fraud scheme, with the yogurt shop used as a front. He claimed the killings were staged both for financial gain and to satisfy a sexual sadist urges. However, people are dismissing it. There's like, it's crap. It doesn't make sense. I mean, for me, the money laundering can make sense here. I mean, because who stands to gain from a burnt down shop but the owners. Maybe they got it on the wrong night. Maybe they weren't expecting 4 girls there. Maybe they were just expecting to tie them up. Maybe something went wrong. I don't know, but it is an interesting theory because 30 something years later, we have no theories. The 5th man or unknown assailant. Some believe a 5th person unknown to investigators was the true perpetrator. The mysterious male DNA supports this theory. Defense attorney Amber Farley highlighted 2 previously uninvestigated men seen in the shop that night who may hold answers. Another theory is that this has similarity to other cases. Some online discussions speculate links between this and other unsolved murders cases. They say that there's something called Below murders, citing superficial similarity, like victims being tied up, being shot post-closing, and a fire involvement. Others theorize that the perpetrators were serial offenders or possibly long deceased. I definitely think that the odds are these people aren't alive. It's been 33 years. I mean, they might be very old, but I don't think that teenagers had to do. I think this was an adult. I don't think this was, it was too clean. It was too great. It was just too clean for it to be that. I'm going to play the clip of what the Below store murders are to show you guys what they're referring to. If you guys are watching, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for supporting. Here we go. This is the Below murders that they're comparing it to. Here we go.
On Sunday, June 6th, 1993, a horrific tragedy occurred in the small town of Windsor, North Carolina. The manager and cashier at a Below market were closing the store along with the Sunday night cleaning crew. Unknown to them, they were not the only ones in the store. The monster had come in and hid silently in the back while waiting patiently for the store to close. Around 6:15, once the doors were locked, the man appeared with a gun, rounded up the 6 employees, and took them to the back butcher room. Here, he bound them with duct tape and gagged them. He stacked them 3 by 3, 2 on top of each other, with the intention of shooting through the stacks to save ammunition. The monster fired the gun into the stacks until he ran out of bullets. He then grabbed the butcher knife and began slashing at the victims. He stabbed so hard that he broke the knife in a victim's back before slowly leaving the store and disappearing into the night. The killer left without making sure his victims were all dead.
Jeez.
One person managed to get free from the blood-soaked duct tape and crawled across the store to a phone and called 911. The police found 3 dead, 2 critically injured, and 1 victim completely unharmed physically. The unharmed victim described the attacker as a black male between 30 to 35 years old with a solid, slender build and a military-style haircut. He had light brown slanted eyes with a narrow nose bridge that was possibly caused from a sports injury. The killer told his victims that he was a former police officer who was unjustly fired. Police believe this is untrue and are still unsure of the stranger's identity. He left with $3,000 in cash and the store keys in a cloth shopping bag and has never been seen again. No one knows the killer's true motives. Did he brutally murder 2 people for only $3,000? Or was he a serial killer who has never been caught? Did he plan his attack ahead? And if so, was he not counting on the cleaning crew being present that night, causing the need to stack the bodies to conserve ammunition? There was a $30,000 reward to anyone who could help lead to the arrest of the suspect. However, none of the leads have shed any light into who did this. Today, the Below store is closed, and the case is still open. The old store is now a campus for a community college. Recently, police have hoped that new technology may help solve the case with the forensic evidence that they found at the scene. Let us know in the comments below.
All right, guys. So I got some more details that this video didn't talk about. So this occurred in Windsor, North Carolina, thousands of miles away from Austin, Texas, where the yogurt murders happened at. It's still unsolved. It occurred 2 years later on June 6th. And it was a Sunday evening when, after the store closed, a man who had been hiding inside ambushed the 6 employees in the back of the store. He tied them up and executed 3 of them by shooting into stacked piles of the victims. He fled with $3,300 in cash. I don't know if the person for the yogurt murders took any money. I'm assuming they must have. The victims include the store manager, who was 48 years old, a store clerk who was 36 years old, and a cleaning crew member who was 48. The surviving victims provided a composite sketch of a black male, 6 foot to 6'2", 170 to 200 pounds, with a slender build and military-style haircut. Despite extensive investigations, the case remains unsolved to this day. That is scary, you guys. That is really, really sad and scary. Oh my God. So going back to the yogurt schmurders, so pretty much the next theory is that they said that suppressed DNA evidence, a persistent though unproven rumor is that the government or FBI is withholding or delaying DNA evidence. Reddit users have speculated about sample degradation or bureaucratic obstruction. I think that they probably just didn't do a thorough job investigating. I mean, that could be it, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. There are thousands of cases that, thanks to DNA, have now been solved. I don't understand why this is still unsolved. I don't get it. It is very, very scary. You know, the amount, you know, like, why is this still unsolved? There's like still a nice reward if you're able to solve it. I don't know. It's just very sad, guys. Let me show you pictures and the layout of what this looked like. If you guys are watching, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for supporting on this Sunday night as we look at our true crime portion. This is where the girls were found stacked. So the killer stacked their bodies in an odd way. So they thought it could have been like a ritualistic thing, like meaning like basically like that it was like some sort of devil worshiping thing, because they stacked the bodies. And then Amy Ayers was found by herself out here. Amy was the youngest one. The three girls here were the three girls that were working, and Amy was just hanging out with the sisters that were there. There are so many conspiracy, guys. I'm gonna try to pull up some TikTok conspiracies, because you know TikTok, they be giving some good conspiracies. What do you guys think really happened to these girls? I love a good conspiracy, but I also love a good solid thing that people think. Let's look and see what the TikTok is saying. Hold on, guys. I don't even have a conspiracy for this one, guys. You know, Cardi B, I was all over telling you what I thought.
Still to this day remains unsolved, and only because of the complications of the judges and the lack of evidence that they had, were Eliza Thomas, Jennifer Harbison, Sarah Harbison, and Amy Ayers. So Jennifer and Sarah, they were sisters. Eliza and Jennifer were co-workers, while Sarah and Amy, they were best friends. And the yogurt shop that they worked at was called the I Can't Believe It's Yogurt. A lot of people described it as a very, very friendly and comfortable environment, to the point where whenever it got to closing time, the customers would help the employees clean up the place. And also they were so comfortable to the point where the employees would be able to count money without locking the doors.
That's
So on
dumb.
December 6th, 1991, it was
Never
considered
count money
secret
without
that
locking the doors, guys.
Sarah and Amy planned to have a sleepover at their house. They were also planning to go to the mall, look around, shop, and eat pizza. But before that, she told Jennifer, the older sister, to drop them off there before you enter your shift. Jennifer enters her shift like normal. Sarah and Amy pull up around 9:30ish. They're there just chilling at a booth, eating pizza. There was two men that were sitting at a booth just whispering with each other. They weren't eating no frozen yogurt. They were just sitting there. Only one of them had like a can of soda. That's it. And there was this one lady who noticed the two guys. So she ends up telling Jennifer and Eliza, "You guys feel comfortable? Do you guys want me to say anything to them?" And they're like, "Nah, yeah, we're okay. We're just cleaning up right now. We're about to close either way. So by the time we're closed, it should be gone." So 11 o'clock comes. That doesn't happen. At 11:03, the register get a no sale ring up, meaning a robbery, because you only press that button whenever you need to get money out of the register. Next to the frozen yoga shop, there was a party supply store. The owner of that store notices that there's smoke coming out of the shop, calls the fire department. They come, they extinguish the fire. They're looking around the building, and then one of the firefighters tells the other firefighter, "Yo, is that a fucking..." The yogurt shop murders still to this day remains unsolved. And
Okay, so dude was talking a bunch of yin yang. He gave a good history. I'm like, so how do they know that people were sitting in a corner? I mean, none of the girls survived, so it's like, bro, how do you know that? Maybe witnesses? I don't know. I didn't hear that part of it. I just know that they had wrongfully accused these young men at some point. So yeah, here we go. This is a clip of
I mean, one of the biggest things ever in Austin were those crazy yogurt shop murders. HBO just came out with a documentary about. When was that? It was many years ago. This crazy yogurt shop murder thing. HBO just did a doc, happened in Austin. It was like a famous case, and it's completely unsolved, except they put some people in jail for it, but then later let one of them out. Like, it was just one of those things where nobody was sure about what happened.
So they were murdering people that went to the yogurt place?
It was 1991, and it just South by Southwest. They just did a huge.
Oh, it was one homicide. a quadruple
Oh
homicide
Lord,
which
I
took
can't. Let me
place.
share this tab
a
instead.
chance, a shot to solve this crime after so many years. I really thought this was it. I really thought we had a chance to solve it.
Wow. Dude said
I thought, my
he really
God,
thought
we
that they were
actually
going to
have
be
a
able to
chance.
solve it. It doesn't seem like you guys are going to solve it. It's pretty
Trigger
much
warning for
unsolved.
extremely sensitive details about this case right out of the gates. 4 teenage girls were shot execution style. Some of them RAPED. They were bound and gagged by their own clothing that was removed from their bodies. They were stacked on top of each other and they were caught on fire. This happened in North Austin, Texas in 1991, and this case is still unsolved. This happened at a yogurt shop called I Can't Believe It's Yogurt, and I'm thrilled that HBO is doing a 4-part docuseries
I'm
on this
not. It was
case because
boring.
I'm telling you, I feel like there's so much to this case that it can be solved. 15-year-old Sarah Harbison, 13-year-old.
Y'all, I want to share the pictures because it's really scary. I have some pictures to show you guys. If you're watching, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Sunday night. Here's a picture of how charred the place was. It's pretty scary. Here's another picture of how charred it was. Guys, they are still looking for people to come forward. If you guys know anything, if you know anyone that knows anything, please come forward so we can solve this. These are the poor little babies that lives were taken too soon because of some nasty, nasty murdering killers. You got to be really, really heartless, I feel, to sit here and do this. This is scary stuff here, guys. Very scary. I asked, why is this unsolved? And in my investigation, it says that the fire destroyed crucial evidence, including fingerprints and DNA samples. 4 boys were arrested and later confessed. However, these confessions were later deemed as coerced, leading to the overturning of the convictions. Was there some truth? Do they know more and they confessed out of a guilty conscience? I don't know, guys. I really want to think about that. Like, do we think that it was some coercion? Nevertheless, DNA evidence shows that there's a male. Lack of physical evidence. This is a very complicated thing, but hopefully, guys, hopefully we have some answers. The next story of the night, for those of you watching that are probably fans of my Real Housewives, because we're going to switch gears here, is about RHOC racist accusations, guys. So it's not a good week for RHOC. I mean, they have a history. This is what I know is that the housewives like to do. They will have one person and everybody just gangs up and beats up on them. Okay. This week they did a lie detector test to catch Katie in a lie. So they all took a lie detector test. Coincidentally, she was the one that supposedly failed. In the next episode coming up, they claim that, she claims that those people that gave her the lie detector test were not real lie detector test people, that they were actors. Okay. And she claims it was a setup and she feels like she was set up. I played the clip, guys, on my Friday night recap. I'm not going to play it again, but RHOC is getting fire. It's not a good week for them. There's some strong allegations. I'm going to play this clip that I played. Hold on, guys. Hold on, y'all. I'm having some issues, but I made a short today and I talked about it. I'm going to play you guys the short I made. And long story short, on my short that I made, I pretty much played the clip of Jen reacting and responding to the racist allegations, and everybody's pretty much dragging Jen. And I just don't think that's fair enough. I say that. Let me share my screen. Here's a little tip.
if you go to my Instagram, there is this thing where you can click unfollow. And if you're one of the people that constantly want to tell me I'm a shitty person, I'm racist, I'm a shitty mom, and I'm a bad friend, please, by all means, just go to my Instagram, click unfollow, and then guess what? You'll never see my stuff again.
So let me say this. I don't think Jen from our HOC is racist, and I'm probably one of the few people of color that's going to say that. However, what I do think is racist is the pattern and practice of our HOC when it comes to women of color. This is not the first time we've seen one gang up or all gang up on one person. We saw it with Noella, who is also biracial. We now see it with Katie. And I think that our HOC for some reason has an issue with women of color. I just don't know what it is, but it seems like a pattern where they did it to Kelly Dodd. We saw it with her. I mean, they all ganged up on Kelly. This is just a pattern of practice of our HOC. And again, I don't think we should be having all that smoke towards poor Jen. Yes, was the video that she made with Gretchen Rossi poor taste against Asian Americans? Absolutely. I'm not saying it's not, but you guys should be having the smoke towards Andy Cohen and Bravo, because Andy Cohen and Bravo continue to cast and sprinkle in random people of color instead of having at least 2 or 3 cast members. California, our HOC is in California, and California is a diverse place. You mean to tell me we can't at least have one Mexican American or one Asian American or one Black woman that lives in Orange County? You mean to tell me there is no people of color living in Orange County? I refuse to believe in California that there's no people of color. Finally, we saw the diversity on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and we've yet to see it on RHOC. Now, I don't want a complete reboot garbage like the way they did with Roni. They ruined Roni. I wish they would have sprinkled in more than one Black woman and not just had it fall all on Ebony. I wish they would have kept majority of the cast and added 2 friends of the show, or 2 people that were actually friends in real life that were people of color, to mix it up and to break it up. But I think it's unfair that. So let me give you guys some. I noticed that too. Allegedly, there's a video. It's now deleted, but it was Gretchen and Jen. They made a video with like slanted eyes and calling themselves Kung Fu. Does it have racial undertones? Yes. I'm not saying it doesn't. And she apologized immediately that she took it down. She apologized when she realized some of it, I think, is just pure ignorance. They're in Orange County. It's not a very diverse area. But my thing is this with Bravo. Bravo, you guys like to have one person of color and are surrounded by a white cast, and then it's like they all gang up on them. Knowing that the people are still out there. Exactly. Shout out to Heaven. I think she was talking about when I was talking to the yogurt schmurders. Yeah, it's scary that they're still out there. But anyways, so nevertheless, getting back to what I was saying, then it becomes a gang up. And this is what we're seeing live with Katie. This is what we've seen with a lot of people of color, Bravo. This is what we saw with Kelly Dodd. You guys try to say that she was racist before. This was a lot, this is what we saw with Noella, the gang up on Noella. This is what I think we saw with that chick on the season of our HOSLC on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She was ganged up on. She was like, even though she was Portuguese and like, I think white, but she was like, she had a little salt, she had a little, seasoning to her to make her, a little bit, not the traditional white. I mean, this is what we've seen. They've ganged up on, this is what they do. They do a gang up, and that's what I don't like. And I do believe they did this to Kelly, coincidentally, on the same season. And I just don't think it's right. And I think Andy Cohen, I think we need to do better. I think there needs to be more diversity. I think that, Katie, do I think Katie lies? Yes. But for every lie that she tells, I think she's telling the truth. I think that Gretchen lied. I think Gretchen told the naked wasted story, and Katie repeated it. She should not have. But guys, yeah, let me know what you think when you watch the recap. Do you agree? Do you disagree? But I had to talk about that and touch on that because that is trending right now with the racist allegations. And I just wanted to say, as a fan of the show and a woman of color, I do think that Bravo needs to do better. I do. And I think that Roni could have been better. I think Roni should have been saved. I think that they should have, Roni should have been a reboot, but bring in a group of, like maybe one or two people of color that were friends in real life and added them. And that way we can still have the original cast of Roni, but that way we mix it up a little bit. I think that in real life, we are a melting pot here in America. People have white friends, people have black friends, people have Hispanic friends. We are all mixing together. I think it's not realistic to then sit there and act like it doesn't exist, or to then have it be the only person of color surrounded by a group of white women and they're by themselves and it becomes a gang up, because that's when I feel like it becomes racist, which is what we've seen many times on The Housewives, unfortunately. But you guys don't have to agree or disagree. But thanks for taking the time to hang out with me tonight on this Labor Day night. I appreciate everybody for watching. Shout out to Heaven. Thank you so much for supporting me, girl, and everybody watching on X. We will be back tomorrow night on The New Party. Is Trump dead? We're going to be talking about that. So come back here if you're watching on X. Same place. If you're watching on YouTube, go to The New Party at The New Party and support. We will be breaking down Is Trump Dead and a few other stories. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming. God bless. Good night. And thank you for watching.
Welcome to Nora Christine Live. Live shows while we are sipping tea and serving truth. We dish out the hottest gossip and reality tea. We talk about everything from celebrity gossip and reality TV to current events and everything in between. We keep it real. If you like your tea with a side of sass and a little bit of shade, then this is a show for you. I'm your host, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You may know me as a co-founder, executive producer, and host of the New Party podcast. Every Friday, we drop a new episode at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So grab your cup of tea, sit back and relax because you're in for a treat.